It's time for grassroots racers and fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks for joining us for our landmark 40th season. We are your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are you? Welcome to a Tuesday night with us, hanging out with us on September 3rd. Yes, it's September already. We don't have that many shows left, so if you've yet to join us, come on down and join the racing crowd on a good Tuesday night. This week we're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield in West Dallas. Looking forward to seeing you down here. We have some great giveaways after the program, some great guests to line up for you as well on the show. Hey, we're live every Tuesday night on Facebook and on Facebook Live and on our on-demand through our website, racingroundupshow.com. On our YouTube channel, hit the like and subscribe buttons and share the show with your friends as well. We also have a Saturday TV show on CW18 Milwaukee. That's every Saturday at 11:30 a.m., 30 minutes of our show. Airs on Saturday on CW, the CW Network, home of everything NASCAR Xfinity Series, starting September 20th. It's a Friday night race at Bristol that our first guest, I'm sure, will be one of the favorites to win. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're happy to be joined by a driver that's going to fit right into our interstate batteries of Southeast Wisconsin. NASCAR report. He drives the number one Xfinity Series car for Junior Motorsports. He's a NASCAR playoffs driver and a Franklin, Wisconsin native. Let's welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, Sam Mayer. Hey, Sam, how are you?
Good. How are y'all doing?
We're good. I was hoping you'd sit next to me, but I know your schedule's a little busy by now. You got Darlington, Atlanta, sim time. How are things going now that you're clicking away towards getting in that playoffs and getting a run again for the championship?
Yeah, being able to run for a NASCAR Xfinity Series championship is always an amazing opportunity, especially with a team like JRM. We've had really fast cars the last couple of weeks. The luck hasn't really been on our side though, but I'm looking forward to hopefully turning that around this weekend. But you know, that's why I'm down here. I'm staying busy, trying to do the best I can to be fast at the racetrack.
Wins this year, have you comfortably sitting there going, okay, if I do this right, I have that win at Texas, I can maybe work on Atlanta and Kansas, maybe there's some similarities there, maybe we can bring that car back, all that knowledge and mindset. You also went to Iowa in June, so that track may have similarities to Phoenix, so hopefully you're racing for a championship there. How have you guys dissected, you and Marty Lindley and the whole team, dissected on what races, what racetracks, what cars, and what setups you use now as you look forward, because you can't just plan for this week. You guys are sure looking down the road as well when the playoffs start.
Yeah, absolutely. We're always really looking like a full month ahead at least. And one thing that Marty was really excited about is our Darlington car this weekend was really fast. It was as fast as Xfinity Internet, you know, and it was so fast that we're going to take that car to Bristol. So we feel really good about that one. Bristol is one of my most favorite racetracks on the schedule. We've obviously had a lot of success there, so hopefully can bring that to the Xfinity Series, and that's the regular season finale. So getting a win right before the playoffs start would be absolutely huge for us as an organization. You know, it's a really fun time to be in the driver's seat for sure. The summer months are kind of coming down to an end. The fall months are here. The playoffs are here. It's going to be a good time.
I just want to spend one more minute talking about Darlington leading the race, getting lead from Chris Ravel, and also something happened. What did happen to knock you out early at Darlington on Saturday?
You know, man, that's a really frustrating one. I still have a smile on my face, obviously, but to pass for the lead and not but 8 laps later have a left rear tire go down. It was one of the most random things I've ever had happen, especially leading. Obviously super frustrating, but Marty and guys that worked on that car, they made it really fast. We were passing for the lead, and I felt like be proud of.
Love the attitude. Hey, maybe the last time you were in Wisconsin that we know about at least, you were in a parade in your hometown of Franklin, Wisconsin on the 4th of July, right before heading out to the Chicago Street Course. That's kind of fun having the chance to be recognized maybe at the grocery store now in Wisconsin, or having the chance to say, Dad, I don't want to do that. I got other things to do. I can't just run around and do everything I'm supposed to do in 10 hours when I'm home. How much fun has it been dipping back home now? It's your 3rd season already full-time in the Xfinity Series and living in the Carolinas.
Yeah, it's a little bit different coming back home and it not being like where I live at the moment. It's it's a lot of fun to come back and see all the people that I don't get to normally see. And obviously, like, being in the parade was something that I haven't done in a long, long time. I did it a lot when I was young with my dad and my family, but to do it like in a different instance, to be like almost like a celebrity. I
Yeah.
hate to call myself that because I'm barely that, but when everyone's calling my name on the side and asking me to throw them hats and candy and stuff like that, it was a really cool moment. It was a lot of fun, but going right down to Chicago right after that, it was a quick little pit stop home before we went to the street course and had a lot of fun down there.
And when you have a chance to have fun, what kind of fun things do you get to do? I know you went on mission trips in the off season. You guys have very little time off. So what has fit in your fun schedule, Sam Mayer?
Well, the good thing is we had a little bit of a break for the Olympics because TV was over on the other side of the ocean. But yeah, I had the opportunity to do absolutely nothing. That's my version of fun. When you're constantly traveling and you're always doing something that involves racing, you almost want to disconnect fully from it to kind of get that break and recharge your batteries. So I literally did almost nothing. I have to say almost because I did go on a vacation out to Montana for a couple days and spend some time out there in the wild and just have a good time and see a different part of the country I've never been to before. So yeah, just a lot of fun to do nothing for myself. And obviously once the racing gets back going, that's where I really feel at home.
For our viewers watching on CW18 on our Saturday show, it's race day, Atlanta this Saturday. Your thoughts about that mile-and-a-half racetrack? One of the fastest tracks you guys get to run on Saturday afternoon. Tell us about your thoughts going into that race this weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most intense. Atlanta used to be like super old, super worn out. You'd run right around the bottom. Tire conservation was really, really important, and track position was important. The only thing that hasn't changed is that track position aspect. You still want to be up front as much as you can, up in the top 5, because now it's speedway racing. It's a little different. You don't really want to be on the bottom. You want to be on the top. It's throwing everyone for a loop. It's quite a bit different, but it's still a lot of fun. It's one of the most intense races of the year, and you're always doing something. The way that this race is playing out, you might have to save quite a bit of fuel in the last stage. So survival of the fittest, but also you have to be smart.
You are locked in. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down on these races coming up. Atlanta, good, right? Watkins Glen,
right in the
road
middle.
course, baby, right? Yeah, exactly. Bristol, got to be thumbs up on that.
Perfect,
right?
love it.
Playoff start at Kansas.
Kansas is a lot of fun.
Talladega, what do you think?
It's another one of these, but I think it could be this if it goes well.
The Charlotte Roval. Sam Mayer road course
huge
again.
Thumbs up.
Huge.
2 of them. Love it.
The last 3 races before you get to Phoenix, Vegas, thumbs up, thumbs down.
That's a thumbs up.
Homestead, I love watching you on the high side there.
2 thumbs up for that one. That's a fun
I'll be
one.
there to watch you do that one. Martinsville.
Martinsville can either be like this or like this. It depends on how your day goes for sure.
And then Phoenix, if you're in that Final Four, which we all think you will be, what are you thinking about that
Big
place?
2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah,
Love that one. It's always a good time to go to Phoenix, especially if you're racing for something. I've been on both sides of it, been outside the championship 4 and been in the championship 4, and it's always a really good time to know that your season's coming to the end and you want to end on top.
And as the season ends, you've already made your plans. You're moving over to Haas Factory Team in 2025. The announcement came out at Michigan. You and Sheldon Creed will be teammates for that Xfinity 2-car team, with Cole Custer moving into the Cup Series seat for Haas Factory Team. How excited are you for that, and what kind of meetings are taking place already as you're moving manufacturers and teams at season's end?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a big change of scenery for myself. I've never had to kind of switch teams and go laterally in the same series. I've always been either kind of going up or going to a new team at a different level. So it'll be a different kind of animal for me to learn over there and how they do things, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good opportunity for me to go out there and show my stuff, win championships hopefully, and have a path to hopefully race on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a big deal. The Chevrolet camp, there's very good drivers there. Ford camp, very good drivers there, but it seems like there's the evolution of, okay, Toyota's ladder is kind of full. Chevrolet, you've been a great product of that whole system, but I'm sure there's a lot of factors that went into racing with a Ford Mustang Dark Horse next year as a teammate in the Ford camp. With all that involvement with Haas Factory Team, that's going to be another great chance to run for a championship. And, hey, you had to race against Custer and this Herbst kid every week. I mean, they're doing okay in the stuff you're going to acquire and improve on. I think that's probably another part of the reason why you're like, you know what, if I had a chance to do it somewhere else. Those guys have been really fast this year, haven't they?
Absolutely. There's so many stout cars in the Xfinity Series now, and it's really kind of grown into kind of a mini version of the Cup Series. Like, there's so many good cars each and every week and so many different teams, and The cream of the crop always goes to the top, but like it's really hard to do that. So going to a team that has won a championship in the last couple of years, have won a lot of races, have a lot of people there that know what they're doing. If you're going to make a lateral move, that's definitely what I want to do, and I'm really confident what everyone can do, and obviously I'm really excited.
Yeah, we are for you too as well. How about a big hand for Franklin, Wisconsin, Sam Mayer, everybody, joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon, and good luck this weekend in Atlanta as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Oh, man, it's always good to have Sam Mayer on the program. I think he was about a 5-year-old kart racer the first time we had him on our program. Sam Mayer is awesome to be around, and he's a driver we can cheer for. Wisconsin proud Sam Mayer joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show. We'll be right back after these messages on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And attention contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. And who doesn't like more cash? Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Allis and Waukesha. If you have questions, give them a call. 414-321-4134. ARR Recycling since 1938.
For your next Purger project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
And now to Cruise Alaska with Making Memories Travel next September. Enjoy an unforgettable 7-day Alaskan cruise from Vancouver on the Norwegian Jade. Juneau and Hubbard Glacier are just two of the cities that await you. Hike up snow-capped mountains and witness majestic whales splash in the Pacific. Then come back on board to catch an amazing show, followed by a starlit stroll on the top deck. Breathtaking views, all the amenities, all the memories. Cruise Alaska. Contact Mark at Making Memories Travel today.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program on this Tuesday evening. Thank you for being part of it. It's going to be a lot of fun here on the show. And if you haven't caught maybe part of it, or you got to get busy or doing something and you want to come back and watch it later, you can. RacingRoundupShow.com is our website. You can also follow us on Facebook, Facebook Live. We have the show posted there. We also share it on YouTube page. So like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Look up Racing Roundup on YouTube. Bam, we come right away, right there, boom. If you're on our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, and our Facebook is The Racing Roundup. We're at Racing Roundup on X and Instagram. We didn't tell you who's all on the show tonight because we're so excited to get Sam Mayer on. We have the winner of the Houston Tieback Nationals, Buddy Kofoy, joining us on the program via live video here in a little while. We have American Foundation Specialist Sponsor Dirt Late Model Racer, Jamie Zeider, who's here. We also have Bill Holland here tonight with another In the Group segment to share what came down to the final racing at State Park Speedway. And our first guest live video was Sam Mayer, so if you didn't join us till now, rewind the tape if you would. It's kind of cool that we got a chance to see Sam getting ready for a championship run in his NASCAR Xfinity Series ride. There's a whole lot going on there. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell or home or commercial property, choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with the Rapina Group. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your next deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and sell your house with the Rapina Group. Visit rapinagroup.com. We'll also like to remind you that this portion of the show is brought to you by BMR Electric Carts in Random Lake. Now selling street legal golf carts, Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon electric cart dealer and has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on his Facebook page, BMR Electric Carts Company. Icon e-bikes go 25 miles per hour and 25 miles between charges. He also sells e-scooters and now selling the Be Cooler on a BMR electric scooter. Find it all. Icon is the one you want to get when you come to electric golf carts or anything else Brad has at BMR Electric Carts Company on Facebook. We now welcome in a couple of drivers and their dad. Okay, let's talk for the coolest part of this whole thing is we have the Schleifer Racing was set up to be on the show. Al's got something going on at the shop. It's okay. Danny on Saturday said, hey, if I'm coming on the Racing Roundup show, why don't I pop a new track record at the Hill in Sturgeon Bay? Let's welcome in Danny, Cody, and Casey Schleifer. Congrats, new track record holder.
Thanks. That was, I don't know, just luck there, I guess. It was the second time I was there. I was back there 2009 or 10 with MSA. So the only thing I remember about that place is the fence. For some reason, I remember the fence. So I don't know, just laid down a good lap. And Cody actually came over right before and said, just try to arc the back straightaway a little bit more and you'll be fine. So that's what I did. And first lap, I kind of screwed it up. And second lap, I just hit it perfect. So
Lauren Kelly does a lot of information gathering and public address announcement for the Bumper to Bumper IR Outlaw Sprint Series. He posted something like your average speed was like 6 miles an hour between 98 and 104 on that lap.
Yeah, I know.
Do you feel that speed there?
So I didn't feel that I was going that fast, to be perfectly honest. I knew I didn't drop off a lot in speed. I kind of learned the momentum game from the 360 thing, how to keep the momentum up. So I knew it was a good lap, but I didn't think it was that fast. And here it was a real quick lap, I guess. So I guess being uncomfortable is comfortable, I guess. So
I would think so, but they have to. Yeah. Now every time you say something, your kids are listening, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, wait a minute, Dad. You just said if I don't do this, I got that going. How is the team development going with the Schleifer Racing expansion?
It's going real good. We're all having fun and trying to do it as a family and kind of keep the negativity out of it, and everybody that's 100% supportive of it.
Yeah,
we're good with it, and it's really coming along, and everybody that's helping us is pulling their own weight and doing their own thing, and it's really working real well right now. So
I really enjoy the fact that you share those photo moments because the series now has a number of sponsors for heat races or fast qualifiers or hard luck or hard charger, and they give you a little banner to put next to the car, and someone has to hold that sign. I never see Danny holding that sign when you do something good or bad. It's everybody else's turn. Hey, Delaney, hold this. Okay, picture. Hey, thanks. See ya.
It's not about me. If any driver is perfectly honest with you, it's not about the driver. It's about everybody that backs you on doing it. The driver just gets all the accolades from putting a show on and doing all that. But if it weren't for everybody behind me doing it, it wouldn't be possible. So that's how I look at it, and I guess that's how I was raised, and just try to be humble and pass that on to my kids, and hopefully they'll be listening here and keep it up. So
hard-working stuff going on here. Cody, I want to talk about how your season's been going thus far. Everything planned according to plan? Have you jumped around a little bit, said, hey, I want that 410 I've been working on. Maybe we can roll that thing out a few times. Tell us the season, how it's going so far.
So we started in the 360 earlier this year, and then it was kind of like a spur-of-the-moment type of deal when I ran at Beaver Dam with the 410 because, I wanted a little bit of experience in a 410 before we make the trip out to North Dakota. But that went good. I transferred out of the B first time in the 410, so that was really cool for us. And, obviously all the history with Beaver Dam, the family and all that, and that was super cool for us. But then North Dakota came. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and then I junked my first race car out there, and so that wasn't great. But other than that, I've ran a few 360 races since then, so I'm getting back in the saddle, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So.
And how much does it apply when you've been helping your dad, when you've not been driving, but now you're driving a little more? How much does that come back? I mean, you're giving him hints and help, as we found out with the qualifying effort at the Hill Speedway. But I'm thinking about the things you now are computing. That's a different kind of computer operating system you're on now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of the things, you can see, but you don't really understand it until you feel it in a race car, and then you got a deeper understanding of how things work and all that, and how to help a driver out, basically.
Yeah. Casey, you're now in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
You've got all this knowledge coming at you. You've got all this ability. You've got all this time because you're doing nothing but working, right? I mean, you're working on a car, working on the job.
Pretty much.
What's it been like for you this summer, knowing that things are moving and changing? You got a new hauler, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just been fun this summer. I don't know. Really. Just
What have you been doing? What have you been doing when it comes to the racetrack? What are your main roles?
Whatever gets thrown at me, pretty much. Been on the tires lately.
Okay.
Yep.
You like that part?
Yeah, it's fun.
All right.
Yep.
Do you like the fact that you're like saying, okay, this is what I need. This is exactly the measurements I want. You got to make sure the beadlocks are done by this time, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, no, yeah. It's all about a trust factor, and if I can't trust my own kids, who can I trust? So, Casey will do anything I ask him to without saying anything. He'll just do it. And,
Yep.
He's really stepping up. He's learning shocks, which I never really learned shocks and numbers and all that. He's probably better at that stuff than I am. He's kind of taken over, and he's experimenting a little bit on tires. And I'm like, yeah, go for it. Whatever you want to try, we'll try it. And, we'll go from there and see if it works. If it's not, that's fine too. So,
Cody, where have you found your niche when it comes to helping the team, helping your dad, helping yourself?
Basically the same as Casey, just trying to see, wherever they need help. And, I'm trying to learn everything I can from Jason. He's a big helper. Trying to learn all the tire stuff from him, the stagger and all that. But basically just trying to help wherever I can, whenever I can.
Hang out with Danny, Cody, and Casey Schlafer, and I'm thinking that you guys represent 3 generations of racers, and I know your grandpa was big into it too. I mean, it's kind of cool that 4 generations are working at Schlafer Auto Body as well. When it comes to the work and the play, you guys are always kind of together, aren't you? So you got to make this work. I mean, it's by design. You work hard. You race hard as a family.
yes, it's definitely it's always how it's been a family sport for us, and it's got its moments, no question. Like every other family that works together, races together, got their moments, but for some reason we can just walk our separate ways for a little bit, and we all come back, and we're still family at the end of the day, and we're there for one thing, and try to have some fun, and if we succeed at something, we do it as a family, so it's all good.
Who all came tonight to support you here at the table?
So my sister Tammy, she came, her husband Todd, Christy, my wife, my amazing wife, is she put on my note here, so
Did she write the note?
she wrote the note,
okay.
obviously.
Just clarifying.
And there's a smiley face and a heart, but then obviously my daughter Delaney and Cody's girlfriend Leah. That's our family that came tonight. My mom. Sorry, I forgot my mom there. So
She's wearing a dark jacket.
yeah,
You can't
she kind of
can't see
blended
her.
on behind your brother there. So
Right.
your brother kind of hit her. So yeah. So but no, Sandra, Sam I am. She came down, and then James Wilson. He's kind of family to Dynamic Stamping. They came down to support us. So
Cool. What about when you guys go to the racetrack? Are there crew members that come to most, help out on occasion, depending on where you're racing?
yeah. So like this year, Jason Sanders. He's been a lot of help, and he's been to every race with us.
Good.
My nephew Matthew, his son or my other nephew Tyler, Nolan, my nephew, he's been coming a little bit here and there. Alan Mamro. He's actually was the boys' school teacher, shop teacher. He's been starting to hang around and kind of helping the boys out when he can come now. And now that school's back, he won't be able to make this next weekend, but he comes when he can. And then all my brother-in-laws, Russ, Todd, Ryan, they all help. Leah's father, he helps us a bunch. Mark, James Wilson, his brother Cody. So we got a whole lot of people that not necessarily come every week, but or every night, but when they come, they our help. So
yeah, how did things go last week? We talk about the track record, talk about running the top 5 at the hill. How'd things go on the 2 nights you had the race this past weekend?
Not terrible, not great. At Plymouth, I went out early and I thought I was going to take advantage of the track, and the track took advantage of me. I just overdrove one of the corners and screwed both laps up because of one little mistake. But that kind of set our night behind, and we rebounded, finished, I think, 5th in the heat race, 4th in the heat race, something like that, and then missed the dash. But I think we started 17th in the A, and then about halfway through the A, I was starting to go into the corner, and the steering was moving around, and I couldn't really figure out why, and we had a caution here. The steering bracket broke that holds the steering from going back and forth.
So you got a steering wheel and a shaft and nothing holding it into the car.
Well, it actually was either I had bus steering or I had Ferrari steering, one or two. So, so the last half of the race was a handful, and I just held on for whatever. I finished 12th, I think.
So did you make the appropriate noise if it was bus steering, and then if it was Ferrari steering, wee?
No,
just checking.
It was. I probably said a couple more words I can't say on air here, but yeah, it was just a matter of hanging on and trying to run the cushion to the best I could at that point, and just hold on and get as many points as we could.
Crazy.
And and then we went to the hill and had a fairly decent outing there. So
yeah, you did. What's up this coming weekend? What's going on?
So this coming weekend we're going to go to Superior Friday night, and then Cedar Lake on Saturday. There is a possibility we're going to take Cody with the 360 car for Saturday at Cedar Lake. So originally the plan was to have him in a 410 car up there, but I'm not sure about the motor that was in his car when he wrecked. And right now I got something salvageable, so I don't know if I want to risk trying to run him up there. So right now the plan is possibly a 360 car for him on Saturday at Cedar Lakes.
All right. And Cody, how's that car looking right now? How far along is that preparation on the car?
Well, we ran it on Saturday.
How'd you do?
It could have been better, but it's all just learning at this point because I've only had a handful of nights so far in a 360. But basic maintenance this week, and should be good to go for the weekend if that happens.
The good thing is you guys get to be part of this, and Danny, you've been part of this a long time, and you guys have been really involved. Now, going to Superior and Cedar Lake, that's business, but it's also probably a good time to, we're there early, we're there all day. You might get to have some time with friends, not just work on race cars, right?
So we'll leave Friday morning. We'll work all day Thursday, so we're going to leave Friday morning early, and then we'll get up there, I don't know, probably 2-3 o'clock. So there won't be a whole lot of time in between when we get there, but we'll be able to hang out with some friends. This last weekend we closed the parking lot down, I guess, about 3 o'clock in the morning, me and Jason. So
a lot of work going on. A lot of work going on.
I was too old for doing that, but it was a good time. We got to enjoy some fellow racers and had a good time in the parking lot. So,
Casey, what's your role this weekend? What have you already been signed up for?
Just tires probably again, and
all right.
I don't know, shocks. Make sure everything's tight.
Yeah. That's a big deal every time. Every time you're on the racetrack, right? Cody, when will you find out for sure? Don't you care? Because you're going to go racing this weekend in something.
Probably Friday night.
All right. Okay. That's good. Cars in the hauler. Everybody use it? I don't know yet. That's crazy. How many spares do you have to take along when there's 2 Schlafers racing on a given night, Danny?
So obviously with Cody just starting, we'll just take that 360 car. So, but I'll have a spare car along with us in case I need it. Actually, the car that I damaged at Plymouth when I was leading, I'll have that car with us in case I need it, and hopefully it just stays up there and we don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah, good. You got some rotation going on.
Yes.
How about some sponsorship help? I know you guys have a great-looking race car and a great-looking team, but it takes a lot to get there. Who's all helping you this year, Danny?
Does. So we got obviously a shop, Schleifer Auto. Without that, I don't know if we could honestly do the 410 thing or even a 360 thing at the level we do it too. So without that, we couldn't do it. But Mr. Jim's, Sam I Am, Indian Metro Motorcycles of Milwaukee, Hoff Farms. By the way, if anybody's interested in a suit, I am donating a suit to Stacy Hoff that we're raffling off. A-Main Apparel is raffling it off.
She's going through some medical stuff, right?
She's going through some medical stuff.
Yeah.
So whatever that suit raises, the last night at Plymouth, we're going to give it away. So whatever it raises, and she gets the money for it. So, but Dynamic Stamping, Big Fish Contracting, HMB Lawn Landscape, the Salt Room of Lake Country, Main Street Blooms, my wife. So anybody that needs flowers, make sure you hit my wife up. So.
Continue.
Yeah.
You're getting hand gestures here.
Yeah, I'm getting hand gestures.
No idea what that is. Good luck with that.
Jim Duncan Racing, Mr. A, Wild Billy, it's one of my wife's cousins. J&J Racing, they build by far the safest race cars. That's why I got Cody and J&J stuff also. So, Kistler Engines, FK Shocks of Indy. That's about it, I think.
Yeah. Cody, anybody you bring along to help you?
Oh, cut
and go?
Cut and go.
It's on the wing on the car that's out front.
Yeah.
That's where you work?
That is where I work. Yeah.
All right. So you're working a lot of hours too?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Not as much as last summer, but still
right.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
So.
Any other people you want to recognize?
I think Dad mainly covered all of them. But,
Okay.
Everyone behind the scenes, obviously. Grandma.
Cool.
Mom, Leah, everyone that helps.
Yeah. Casey, anybody where you want to recognize, single out?
I don't know. Everyone that helps, just big help. And
Yeah. That's cool you guys get to do this.
Yeah.
I want to talk shop for 1 minute. Schleifer Auto Body, 4 generations of racers. Since 1974, the family business. Next to Main Street Blooms, just so you know, so you can do the 2 shop. Visit. It's not that far of a walk. I've done it. But when it comes to racing, you got a busy shop there. What are you guys working on lately at Schleifer Auto Body? Where you work with all insurance companies, just so you guys know, I say this every week. Work with all insurance companies. You've got it going on with any kind of vehicle when it comes to body repair, classic car restoration, all that stuff.
Yep. So as far as the restoration stuff, we're kind of caught up with all that stuff right now.
Good.
So we kind of backed off that because the shop's so busy with the collision repair stuff, we just don't have the time for the restoration. So right now there's probably, probably 12 or 15 cars laying around there damaged. So anything from Hyundais to Cadillacs, Ford trucks. So kind of do it all.
Yeah.
So.
And how's the supply chain been? Has it been getting better at all? Last time I visited the shop, you guys were waiting on some parts that were taking a while to get to you.
That's a iffy part there, so make sure your vote counts this year. That's all I'm going to say.
Roger that. Okay. I know what that means. You got to get stuff in. You got to get stuff into your hands to get people happy and get their car fixed.
Yeah, well, just make sure your vote counts. So I'll leave it at that. So
we will leave it at that. How about a big hand for Schleifer Racing, everybody? Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Casey, guys. Really appreciate you coming down. Patrice Signer, Bob Trado, Signwriter, Backdrop over here. Celebrating 40 years of racing. These guys have been in business longer than that, like by 10 or 11 more years. 1974 is a long time ago, but they will get your car fixed right, and they love to go racing, as you just found out here, as a family. We'll be right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show. Stay tuned.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club Points Racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
This Saturday at Dell's Raceway Park, it's the O'Reilly Auto Parts Championship Night. 6 exciting divisions of racing featuring a 50-lap late model feature, plus the UMA Modified, Sportsman, Bandit, Sixer Nation Street Stocks, and the High School Racing Association. Fan gates open at 3, qualifying 4:30, green flag racing at 6. Get your advance tickets online now at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, located 2 miles west of I-90-94 and exit 85, just off Highway 12. Dell's Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
427-1000, American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000, American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack-leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000, American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, 4-wheel, 2-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield in West Dallas. Come on down and join the racing crowd. After the show, we have great giveaways. Thanks to our friend Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup. We've got some Anderson syrup. We've got some of the cinnamon syrup. We've got some Bill Baylog bottles as well. We got actually more of these to give away throughout the season as we wind things down, thanks to Steve Anderson and Anderson's Maple Syrup. We also want to tell you that we got 4 tickets to Dell's Raceway Park. Their season championship this Saturday night, and they also are hosting the National Short Track Championships coming up September 13, 14, 15. So you can win tickets to that tonight after the show as well. We have car washes from Full Service Car Wash, an original 3rd generation. Locally family-owned and operated Milwaukee small business since 1986. There's the little card that goes with it. This is a gift card you can win tonight. We have 2 of those. Unlimited car washes start at just $14.99 a month at Full Service Car Wash. It's the best deal for keeping your car clean with locations in Hills Corners, Wauwatosa, Grafton, and West Bend. We also have Schleifer Racing blankets, T-shirts, hats, and a big old tumbler. Thank you, Debbie, for that. Jamie Zyder Racing T-shirts, like the one that's shown right here, not the one he's wearing. We'll tell you more about that. There we go. We have a model, a hand model right here. We got that for you. Jamie's brought those to us as well. We have some racing T-shirts, die-cast cars, racing cars, and collectibles and hats. Thanks to Greenfield Gallery on Facebook, where they're always buying racing collections. We also have cans of Victory Fuel. If you've not tried Victory Fuel, it's delicious. It's kid-friendly, no carbonation, no caffeine. It's got great things in it like electrolytes. If you want to try some, feel free to have some, win some after the show. If you want to buy some, you can go online and buy it at drinkvictory.com. Drinkvictory.com is the website. Type in the word show at checkout and save 10%. Have it shipped right to your front door. SHOW is the password to get you 10% off your order at drinkvictory.com for the 3 flavors of Victory Fuel made by Kevin Swindell and his family. So it's kind of cool that we have that for you as well. I'd like to remind you, in 2 weeks, we've got this coming Tuesday. So we're live at Polly's tonight. Next Tuesday, September 10th, we're live at the Utica Bar in Cambridge. Our D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow is presented by Hogan Farms. We'll feature racers from the Madison area at Jason and Becky Schuler's at Utica Bar. It's in Utica, but the mailing address is Cambridge. We have it on our website. Trust me. Jefferson Late Model Racer and Precise Auto and Truck Accessories owner Mike Grunberg will be there, along with Utica Bar sponsored racers and former racers. Utica Bar address is 2167 Highway W in Cambridge. See, I just gave it to you. 2167 West Highway W in Cambridge. The address is on our schedule page, and we can click right on that for a map as well. Hope to see you there. In 2 weeks' time, we're also on the road on September 17th, back at the Cellar in Oak Creek. 812 West Oakwood Road is the address there. For our D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow, it's Oak Creek Automotive Night, number 2, with racers and friends of Bobby Gutknecht joining the racing crowd at another D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow at the Cellar on September 17th. They've got great food there, just like everywhere we go. It's located at 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. Check out our schedule page on RacingRoundupShow.com. This show would not be possible without great sponsors. We want to thank them for being part of our show. Go to RacingRoundupShow.com and click on the sponsor logos. One logo you see on that page is also on the side of a race car we get to watch when he goes racing with the Dirt Late Models. Let's welcome in veteran Dirt Late Model racer and Ray Anderson's Maple Syrup Spotlight Driver of the Week, Jamie Zeider. Jamie, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Good to have you here, man.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun.
So Anderson Syrup is kind of cool. They sponsor some cool race cars, and they actually have a lot of fun. You can buy it at AndersonsMapleSyrupRacing.com. They sponsor this guy named Bill Baylog. But in reality, you've been sponsored by American Foundation Specialists for a long time. That's your family business, right?
Yes.
When it comes to working, you are working there all the time. Not just the sponsorship. That is the family deal.
Correct.
What do you guys get to do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
The list goes on. Well, as of right now, I'm just helping out on the crew, trying to keep up.
Craft Foundation, settled footings.
I'm glad you guys had me on the show. Got me out of work a little early.
Yeah. Leaky basements, we got you covered. American Foundation Specialist. Drain tiles repaired. That's a big deal around here, right?
Yep. We do inside drain tiles, stop leaks. Anything from a small leak in the corner to walls caving in or caved in, houses settled. We do outside excavation, waterproofing. We stabilize walls if they are out of plumb. We can keep them from moving any further. So there's a little bit of everything. I mean, there's glass block windows, egress windows, sump pumps, battery backup systems. Gosh, the list kind of goes on. I wear a lot of different hats, throughout the day. Actually, some days it changes. In the morning, typically get the guys going and help them out as much as I can. If I'm running a machine, excavating a wall, later on in the day, I may break away to stop at 2 or 3 appointments just to take a look at some calls that came in throughout the week.
So you're out there bidding and estimating as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So my day starts in the morning and ends when it ends. Yeah.
I'm laughing with you, not at you, because it's part of what you're doing now. It's part of what you guys have grown into here in southeast Wisconsin. What area do you guys service?
Pretty much southeastern Wisconsin. I mean, anywhere up to Green Bay, Madison, dip in Illinois a little bit. Some years are, we travel a little bit more than others just for whatever reason. We just get calls. I've been an hour and a half northwest of Madison at one point. And
okay.
I didn't even hear of this town before, so we're on our way there at 3 o'clock in the morning to work all day. But for the most part, the majority of our work is right in, I don't want to say Milwaukee, city of Milwaukee, but surrounding areas. Usually, lately it's been south, Muskego, Franklin, Caledonia, Mount Pleasant, and things like that. So I don't mind that. I don't get the downtown rush traffic.
You're out south of that.
You're going south. You're taking, back roads or whatnot just to get there. So it's kind of nice. I've been doing this for almost 35 years.
I was going there next. How long you been doing it?
Yeah. So it's there isn't really anything that I look at as I got to do that again. It just has to get done, so you just do it. I've been in the office. I've done payables, receivables, payroll. I've been fortunate enough to have some help in the office now, so that breaks me away from that. So, the majority of the day is just trying to help guys catch up and, whatever's needed. Some days I'm playing mechanic, so it all depends. I always call it prioritizing.
Yep.
I'm not trying to put something off till the next day, but if it's broken today and I need it tomorrow, it's got to get done. Something else ends up, getting pushed to the next day or whatever. But so it does get to you a little bit. However, that's where the racing comes in. It does break away from everyday stress, life, whatever you want to call it. But it is, I got to do something. I stopped for a few years. I realized I had to go back.
Did an outlet
back into
basically.
racing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't get on the road as much. Nearly like to run the Midwest, so there's a lot more options when we get on the road.
If you didn't know, Jamie's been racing for a long time, and the dirt late model stuff, you have traveled quite a distance to go racing on a given night. Like Saturday night, we're going where? Missouri? Let's go.
Yeah. I've already left on a Friday morning-ish, rained out in Illinois, and just kept going south. And next thing you know, I'm in a bluegrass race in Kentucky, and there's 60 cars there. And that was, many years ago. And also, it was nice making the show. And but you're just trying to outrun the rain, and we didn't have phones and internet.
Mm-hmm.
We're calling home, or I should say we had phone, but we didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
And you're looking through the Speedway book
to
figure out how to get to these racetracks. So it's been fun. I miss running up in Canada. There were a lot of tracks in Michigan we ran. That was usually on a Friday. Everything was heading south on Saturday, and I don't even know if there's any more races really on a Sunday. But we used to run in St. Louis or Tri-City on a Sunday, so that would finish up our 3-day week. But you're doing 60 to 80 nights a year. That got to be a job instead of a hobby.
Yep.
So that's when we kind of called it quits. So went back in doing some work stuff. So then now is time to get back in it, and it's been a few years, and it seems one thing I kind of always said is if you have a winning car or nice, we got a Bloomquist chassis, so the car's good, but we have changed that car many times to try and run the short track stuff. They'll help me out as much as they can, but it doesn't really apply to some of the smaller tracks that we run. So we've changed the car quite a bit. I'm not sure how many nights we got out this year. I want to say 8, give or take 10.
Okay.
It's been very minimal compared to what I'm used to. So you go out. When we ran Plymouth the last time, a complete different car. It was for the better, so that was good.
Yeah.
So we were real. I think we were second overall in time. So that was good. The car felt good early. However, in the feature, it faded away. But we did move up a couple spots in the feature. But when you're starting in the middle and got to pass cars, it's you're hoping for the best and kind of fishing out there where the best place to run on the racetrack is, and not going as forward as fast as you like.
Yeah, for sure. Jamie Zeider hanging out with us. Jamie, who's all behind you? I know we got these coupons here we can hand out at the show for $500 off the project for Jamie's day job we learned about from American Foundation Specialist. So thanks for these. We'll hand these out at the show. We've been doing that all summer. Who's helping you guys when it comes to sponsorship on your dirt late model when you get to go racing?
We have JJ Enterprises, Longshot Sports Bar, Flitz, Amsoil, obviously us. Oh gosh. Get put on the spot here. I know there's a couple more people help me.
Good.
Obviously, there's some behind-the-scenes stuff that actually don't go on the car, but obviously the crew and whatnot. I got to thank everybody that helps. If it's even if it's just helping out, at the racetrack a little bit, or helping me with social media stuff or anything that's. It takes a little load off us, because otherwise it's usually 2 guys going on the road. It's myself and Mike. If it's local, it's nice because I got a couple other guys out. Out to the racetrack. But when you get on the road, we're not even sure where we're really headed next. We get on the road for 2 nights. You're out. It's tough.
Yeah.
So But everybody, I mean, I appreciate everybody's help that I have. I mean, I couldn't do it without those guys. So it's I would like more. So
Jamie's either racing on Facebook or stop by American Foundation Specialist. Give him a call at 414-427-1000. Eventually, they'll probably put you through to Jamie because he wants to make an estimate on your job. And you can say, by the way, when you're not looking at your basement, can you talk to me about helping on the crew?
Right.
Right? Is that the deal?
Crew, either at work or racing.
Either one. You want to
Either
work full time or you want to be at the race car? That's awesome. I put a big hand for Jamie Zeider for joining us here for a few minutes. Jamie, thanks a lot, man.
No problem.
Really appreciate it.
Yep,
thanks for your support. We got some shirts to give away tonight. American Foundation Specialist, that number is 414-427-1000. We'll be back with Buddy Kofoid in a few moments here. He just won $100,000 at the Houston High Bank Nationals.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports. Walter Inc. is hiring. Walter is on a mission to move, store, and power the world more efficiently. Walter is a rapidly growing forklift distributor and is currently seeking skilled technicians to repair forklifts, industrial batteries, generators, and beyond. Apply today at walterinc.com/careers. Walter is looking for mechanically inclined individuals to join the racers that work there. Become part of a team that is connected like family and committed to making an impact. Discover open technician positions and more at walterinc.com/careers.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit jiffylube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy Lube. Welcome to personalized car care. Wisconsin race fans, find your store at jiffylube.com.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This portion of our show is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by Gander GM Performance and Pathfinder Chassis. Current top 5 in points with just 2 races remaining are Brandon Reichenberger, Eugene Gregorich, Chester Ace, Jeff Holtz, and James Swan. For all the latest news and info on the Midwest Truck Series, visit their website, MidwestTruckSeries.com. Here's another reminder to join us on Saturdays for our CW Milwaukee 18 television program. It's every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. here in the Milwaukee area. Looking forward to seeing you as part of that show or here on a Tuesday night for one of our live shows. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We've got a great guest on now who just banked the biggest payday in his career, the biggest payday for his veteran team's career. Let's welcome in the winner of the Houston's High Bank Nationals, Buddy Kofoid. Buddy, welcome to the Racing Roundup Show.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, we were so stoked for you. Think about this. A couple years ago, you're out there winning USAC Midget Championships, and now you get a chance to race with Roth Motorsports, and you're racing full-time this year. But, man, that deal this past weekend, the 3-day show, you guys were clicking, and then, bam, made it happen. How about the recollection right now of banking that big check, but also doing pretty good for the 2 prior nights as well?
Yeah, no, it's a pretty surreal feeling. I feel like it didn't hit me till, later on when we almost, finished all the interviews and got back to the trailer and saw that many people that wanted to come hang out and say hi. So that was really special for me. But going back, to the past, 2 days prior, I feel like, we've always been just really, really good there. And at least for me, myself, too, I feel like for whatever reason, Houston's has just clicked for me, and whether it's midgets or in sprint cars before I came to Roth with Dylan Buswell, I just feel like I was always just found a knack for that place for me, and won a couple midget races there, won my first outlaw race there, had a chance to win the $250,000 last year, and unfortunately had an engine mechanical issue, but
you had him covered, man. You had him covered. I'm watching that thing going. He's going to do it. He's gonna put it on him. And then what 10 to go or something, the thing just crapped out in. I was so bummed for you, man.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit, but obviously didn't pay as much this year. But that whole weekend was about redemption and knowing that we could do it, and even with we struggled to qualify both nights really, but I knew we could charge through the field and make speed, and I figured. If we can just put ourselves in contention to start up front, I think we have a good shot. And thankfully, got through our prelim night really well and was able to start front of a heat race and winning that heat race. It's funny, I was talking about it today. I think winning that heat race, kind of won me the race because of how they do the King of the Hill and they seed it. So I would have been seeded a lot earlier. Who knows, if I would have, won a few rounds and got up there, but it, guarantees you a farther up starting spot without even having to take the green yet. So, we were just really switched on and everything just worked for us. And like I said, that's just a place that just works for me. And Dylan's had great success there as well, even before me.
Buddy, it doesn't come easy, though. You know how hard it's been racing this full World of Outlaws schedule this year. But when it comes to the feature, Macedo had you. You were chasing him, probably pacing him as well for the first 30 of the 40 laps, and then you made your move. Were you saving something, or were you actually saying, okay, I got to wait for my chance, and it's now? I know you tried something earlier in the race, but with 10 to go, I mean, that probably has a pretty big panic to it all of a sudden, doesn't it?
So, yeah, I think before we got to traffic, and having clean air is huge, obviously, in wing sprint car racing. And, even with smaller tracks like that, it's still very crucial. And what's funny is I feel like that place is, out of most of those short tracks we go to, I feel like that place is very finicky when it comes to air. And I said it almost every day that weekend that our car didn't know what dirty air was like. And I feel like that's an extremely good advantage to have. The first night we started 9th and ran 2nd, had a chance to win. And the second night we ran 4th from 17th. But like I said, starting up front, I figured we'd have a chance and we could focus on not coming through the field instead of just pacing whoever was the leader if we weren't the leader already. And so obviously clean air was huge. And when I knew we could pace him in clean air before we got to traffic, I knew we had a chance. And I knew once we got to traffic, if we could stay in traffic, that was going to be my best opportunity just because of how well I felt like my car maneuvered. And having those 2 nights where I had to come through the field, I feel like helped in a roundabout way. Not that you want to have to do that, but I feel like in a roundabout way it did help because we knew what our car was like in dirty air all the time. And, like I said, I think that maneuverability that I had where I could run the bottom and not have to rely on the top at times, I think that's what helped me kind of pick his pocket, if you will, or keep him guessing in traffic.
And you got a little scare there too, didn't you, on that last lap? You're like, okay, I'm going to go inside this lap, and he ripped the lip on top, and all of a sudden, okay, wait a minute, we got one more lap to figure out who's going to win this $100,000, and you pulled that off. Did you have a chance to replay it? Because I mean, at most moments, I'm guessing it's just reactionary for you. Have you had a chance to review it and watch it to see what you did and how you got on the gas so quick off of 3 almost to win that race?
Yeah, I've watched that race probably 20 times already. I don't know. It's hard to stop watching it. It just keeps popping up. Whenever I go on social media, so it's like, oh well, might as well watch it again. But no, it was a good race. But yeah, so I think there was 7 to go. I'm like, okay, hopefully I don't catch traffic because the pace is going to be quick still, and we were single file as well, so it strings everyone out, farther along the track, and we got going. Then I saw the lapper getting closer and closer, and I could see the video board to my right when I'd exit 2, and I could kind of see the laps left. So
okay.
See, there's 3 to go, then 2 to go, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to pass him. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna not catch him, but you can't dial it back to prolong that because of how fast the pace is, and Carson's car was really good still in dirty air to where he could still pace me, I feel like, and I had that in mind the whole time. I knew I felt like my car was better, but at the very least I knew he would be there. And, took the white, and I knew I couldn't follow him into 1, and I didn't know how close Carson was, but just ran it in there through the middle and passed him, and I knew I needed to slide myself because I kind of could see the board, and I could see me, and then the car I passed, and I could see another car, and I knew that had to be Carson, and so I went to protect, and he stuck it lower, and luckily I just got to the cushion earlier than he did and just had a ton of momentum to where I could see him coming way earlier to where I already was heading downhill before he probably got all the way up, and was able to get redemption.
It was amazing. I'm glad you're helping us relive it because it's something that I'll never forget for a while. Just how you did it, how big that win was, and it's one of many, I think, for you, buddy. It's great to see you doing so well, racing up to 5th in points now in the World of Outlaws and just getting it done, and we can't thank you enough for spending the time on this big week of celebration for you after winning that big $100,000 paycheck. How about a big hand, everybody, for Buddy Kofoid joining us here on the show. Buddy, thanks for taking the time. We wish you well, and we'll see you in Wisconsin soon, or we'll catch you on Dirt Vision in California this weekend. Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on, and hopefully we can get a few more wins and hopefully be on later on with you guys.
That'd be awesome. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate it. Love to have you back on the program. Buddy Kofoid actually is one of the drivers I've been watching for a long time, and there's good reason for it. It's not easy to go from the top levels of USAC midget racing and then just go right into a swing sprint car. He went through a couple of teams, but, man, this Roth Racing team has got it cooking. He has been fun to watch, and another racer that we'd like to see race here in Wisconsin a bunch, and he's making a living on the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Tour. It's been fun to watch Buddy Kofoid, and he won $100,000 this past Saturday night at the Huset's Highback Nationals in South Dakota. We'll be back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show right after these messages.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000, American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive.
Grassroots drag racing is open to everyone at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove. Make GLD your home track. Come and enjoy the show or challenge your friends to be part of the show. Bracket racing for all classes and juniors opens this weekend. Pro classes, street classes, and even bikes and sled classes. Check our website for the most updated calendar and upcoming big shows. GreatLakesDragaway.com. And now to Cruise Alaska with Making Memories Travel next September. Enjoy an unforgettable 7-day Alaskan cruise from Vancouver on the Norwegian Jade. Juneau and Hubbard Glacier are just two of the cities that await you. Hike up snow-capped mountains and witness majestic whales splash in Cruise Alaska with Making Memories Travel to catch an amazing show. Followed by an unforgettable 7-day Alaskan cruise from Vancouver. Breathtaking views, all the amenities, all the memories. Cruise Alaska. Contact Mark at Making Memories Travel today. On the Norwegian Jade.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Allied Resource Recovery. Turn your recyclable metals into cash. Right now, ARR has locations in West Dallas and Waukesha. Find their full list of accepted metals at ARR1938.com. It's time for the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report for cameras and alarm systems for your home or business, programmed card access, custom-made security doors from scratch, on-call locksmith work, and more. It's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online to bonafidesafe.com. They protect what you value. Zach Weigel from Ohio lost the lead late in Sunday night's Badger Midget feature, but more than made up for it moments later as the 17-year-old went on to win his first ever USAC National Midget feature that followed on Sunday night at Angel Park Speedway during the 39th Annual Firemen's Nationals in Sun Prairie. Last week's show guest, current national point leader Dazen Persley, finished 5th. Weigel and Persley are teammates with Chad Boat Racing. Sunday's Badger Midget feature was won by Kyle Stark. Our show guest last week, Derek Dorr, ran a close second for a long time before settling for 4th on Sunday night. Monday night's second night of two races in a row, Firemen's Nationals at Angel Park. It was a return of the Badger Midgets. They were up first, and Red Hot Parker Jones won another feature in his third weekend in a row. He has the point lead now. Dalton England and Cody Weisenseld of Sun Prairie completed the podium. Bixby, Oklahoma's Cannon McIntosh finished second in Sunday night's feature, looked at the trophy and said, man, that trophy looks awesome. I want a cast fireman trophy in my garage. Well, guess what? He went out, saw that in mind. He also said he watched the 1990 Firemen's Nationals that Jeff Gordon won. He said, Gordon did all four up in the fluff. That's exactly where I wanted to go, and that's how he won the race on Monday night. So Cannon McIntosh gets his own Fireman's Trophy for winning night 2 for the USAC National Midgets. Congrats to Mark Heinert on winning his 5th IRA Lightning Sprints Track Championship Saturday night at Wilmot Raceway. That was on the Kenosha County Fairgrounds. Rob Olson won the Street Stock feature. Steve Mueller won his second feature at Wilmot in the IMCA Modifieds on Saturday night. Veteran racer Tommy Sexton grabbed the lead on lap 5 of 20 and raced to victory in the 604 Winged Sprints 1 week after he and his new bride Rhonda got married in Victory Lane at Wilmot Raceway. CK Contractors LLC.com brings us the Wilmot Raceway and Wisconsin Wingless coverage. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, lot grading, excavation, retention pond building, and more. Visit CKContractorsLLC.com to learn more. This Saturday night is championship night at the racetrack at Wilmot Raceway for Unified Street Stocks, along with the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints. They have those cars on the card, 604 Wing Sprints and Modifieds. Details at WilmotRaceway.com. Our Dean Straub and myself were on the call on Saturday night's live stream coverage of the Jim Sauter Classic 200-lap ASA Midwest Tour race at Dells Raceway Park. Max Kaler was the fastest car at time Saturday night, and proved to be the fastest at the end of the race and pulled away to a $10,005 payday. He outlasted the field on several late race restarts to capture the Awesome Wares machine-made custom winner's trophy. Runner-up Andrew Morrissey led on several occasions as well. Ty Fredrickson finished third after he overcame a run-in with Austin Nason trying to get through traffic while racing inside the top 5. It was a good outing for Adams Towing and Oak Creek Automotive sponsor Ryan Farrell, who set fast time, then started 14th and raced up 4th in the feature. Brad Worthen raced around the outside of Tom Carlson late to win the 602 Outlaw Late Model feature at the Dells Raceway Park on Saturday night. Also, congrats to James Lynch, a 3-division race. James Lynch went back to the Midwest Truck Series and won in the Team 31 Motorsports first ever team win in that series in the Jim Sauter Classic 50 presented by Forgotten Coast K9 in the Midwest Truck Series. Making Memories travel sponsor James Swan raced up to 5th behind point leader Brandon Reichenberger. Our DRP coverage is sponsored by Diamond Wheels, your destination for stock car, road racing, autocross, beadlock wheels for off-road and dirt track, customized chrome finish wheels, and more. Visit DiamondRacingWheels.com. This Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park is O'Reilly Auto Parts Championship Night for late models, modified, sportsman, bandits, Sixer Nation Street Stocks, and the High School Racing Association. An open practice for all divisions will be held on Thursday, September 12th from noon to 6:30. That kicks off the big National Short Track Championships weekend. September 13, 14, 15 to follow. That was at Rockford, and it's now at Dells Raceway Park. It's a big weekend. If you want to get in on the camping, by all means, go to DellsRacewayPark.com. Again, practice open to all divisions on Thursday, September 12th, followed by racing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 13, 14, and 15. The bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints were in action over Labor Day weekend. We'll start with Saturday night's racing at Plymouth Dirt Track during the Sheboygan County Fair. Joel Myers of Santa Rosa, California, beat local favorite Travis Aarons of Sheboygan Falls in the A-Main. Starting out on Sunday night, Danny Schlafer, we talked to him earlier on the show, set a new track record in qualifying at the Hill Raceway in Sturgeon Bay. Myers won again in the feature over the point leader Scotty Thiel and Scott Neitzel. Schlafer finished 5th in that one. The MSA 360 Sprints joined IRA Outlaws on Saturday night during the fair at Plymouth, and hometown driver Justin Erickson prevailed over Kurt Davis and Ben Schmidt. Steve Apel outran birthday boy R.J. Braun to win the 75-lap Super Late Model feature on Sunday night at Slinger Super Speedway. His dad Mark is here tonight. Mark, happy retirement. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Tuesday night, because guess what? He ain't punching in tomorrow. He's just hanging out with the race fans. So good job by the Apel crew getting that win on Sunday night. Apel's car kept popping out of second gear during the race. He said he raced in third gear, but then on the last lap, coming under the white flag, the car popped out of third gear. One hand on the shifter in third, one hand on the steering wheel. Steve Apel was able to win the feature on Sunday night, and sealed the deal. Alex Prunty finished 4th on the race and won the track championship. Ricardo's Pizza owner Rich Locke finished 6th. Congrats to Oak Creek Automotive sponsor Ryan Gutek on his victory on another one of his sponsored race nights, IBEW Local 494 in the 40-lap late model feature. Nick Bruley beat newly crowned track champ Jake Schroffnagel in the 35-lap Sportsman main event. Congrats also to Gracie Flanagan, who became the first female slinger track champion in 77 years of the history of the track. She won the High School Racing Association feature and the championship on Sunday night. This Sunday at Slinger, September 8th, is an afternoon race program featuring 6 divisions. Our Slinger Speedway coverage is brought to you by Ricardo's Pizza, located in downtown Greendale since 1970. Ricardo's is owned by owner Richie Locke and his family. Ricardo's Pizza takes pride in their dough made fresh daily, fresh produce, signature sauces, and the best Wisconsin cheeses. Order the best at ricardosgreendale.com. It came down to the final few laps of the season to determine a champion Thursday night at Kaukauna, Wisconsin International Raceway. In the super late models, Maxwell Schultz had to pass Andy Munday for 3rd place to win the title. As the laps wound down, he was working on him. It was not to be. Schultz finished 4th. Chad Butts raced past Ty Majeski for 5th late in the going. If Butts finished behind Majeski, he was the champ. He passed Ty for 5th and won the championship outright, so congrats to Chad Butts and that Butts racing team. Alex Stump won the late model championship as he finished 2nd in the feature to Brent Stroka. Results from Wisconsin International Raceway are brought to you by Ken's Sports in Kaukauna and Green Bay. Ken's Sports is Wisconsin's largest power sports dealer. Home of the best names in fun, new and used, 2 wheels on the road, trail riding, on the water. Visit kensports.com to find out more, or kensportsgreenbay.com. Ty Fredrickson became the first rookie to win the Tundra Super Late Model Championship after finishing 4th in the race on Monday to wrap up the season for the Tundras Series at Golden Sands Speedway. He finished behind race winner Justin Mondag, Jeremy Lepak, and Mike Litchfield. Headlining the winners of the NHRA U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis on Sunday were Clay Milliken in Funny Car with Rick Ware Racing and Austin Prock in Funny Car with John Forrest Racing. Milliken actually was in Top Fuel, Congrats to the Milwaukee Mile IndyCar Series winners over the weekend. On Saturday, Pat O'Ward won his 3rd race of the season. Will Power 2nd. Connor Daly scored the first podium finish for his new team, Yumco's Hollinger Racing, by placing 3rd. Sunday's race was won by Team Penske's Scott McLaughlin. It was the Kiwis' 3rd win of the season as well. Scott Dixon finished 2nd, and Colton Hurta 3rd, who subsequently, after the race, put a big old cream puff right in the schnoz of McLaughlin in Victory Lane on the podium. 21-year-old Lewis Foster won the Indy Next race at the Milwaukee Mile, locked up the championship in the process for Andretti Global with one race remaining. UW Madison grad and Oconomowoc native, Yuvan Sundaramurthy got a picture with the Wisconsin Governor Gevers with his Wisconsin Badgers Motion W helmet before he raced the 7th in the 90-lap race on Saturday. And that will wrap up our weekly short track report. We got one big race reunion coming up. And right now we have a guest on sitting next to me. The Hales Corner Speedway reunion is coming up. We're going to tell you more about it. The guy who's been part of the organization of that is Pat Haney. Pat, welcome back to the show. Thanks for being down here for a few minutes on this side of the microphone.
Thanks for having me.
You've been here as a show guest, hanging out with us, but every year it comes to be where, okay, we're doing a Hales reunion. Pat, what are we doing? You're organizing it. What's going on? What's going on this year, Pat?
Same thing, different year.
Sunday this year. Sunday.
Always Sunday.
September 15th.
Correct. At the New Berlin VFW post, 179th and Beloit, from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m.
So anybody affiliated with Hales Corner Speedway, anybody who has a race car they want to show off are welcome, right?
And I don't care where you race. If you want to bring a race car and show it off.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think racers promote themselves very well.
Okay.
I really don't. This is a great opportunity, like right here.
Yeah.
You know? But there's people that still don't know where people from Hales Corners race nowadays. You know, some of them race at Beaver Dam, some are 141. Bring your stuff out.
Yeah.
These guys tell me, the car's too banged up. Well, you know what? It should be banged up this time of year. If it ain't, you didn't race it.
Yeah.
So bring it out. Do some self-promotion. Let people know, you know. Can't hurt.
It's a good time. You got music going on. You got food.
We do.
Beverages.
We got Roger and Dean Burnt. He's going to be spinning some oldies. And
nice.
And two brothers and a sister will be providing a food truck.
Cool.
If anybody goes to Two Brothers Restaurant, that's part of that deal. Great food.
You've also got some pictures to show people. You got a lot of pictures.
Yeah, I bring a few pictures there.
Anybody who ever raced at Hales Corners by division, by year, Pat's got the album and the photo in it. So if you're like, oh, let's see, Al Schlafer raced there in 1979. He was a year-end special guy. He ran just one race. You probably have a picture of his car from the night he ran at Hales Corners Speedway.
Yeah, I'm kind of demented that way.
In a good way. So this is your challenge. If you remember a certain night, or hey, who's the guy that had the rubber ducky on top of the car? He's got all the pictures. Every year, when Bernie Benning ran that duck on top of the car, you've got a picture from every year.
You know, I say this every year. There's always a guy that comes up and he says, you know, I only raced there once or twice. And, he says, you probably never heard of me. And I said, well, what's your name? Oh, yeah, I got a picture. Here you go, 1973. He goes, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. So the fun thing is you get that kind of interaction, but it's just a fun time. Catch up with racers. It's now once a year. You guys used to do it every other year. Now it's like every year, right?
Well, we did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
In 2011, 2012. And then I waited. Well, that was up at the Rock. And then that wasn't the Rock back then. It was Crystal Ridge.
Yep.
And John Cajun was involved in that. And then I didn't want to pay for a venue, so it took a while to find one.
Sure.
And we've been at the New Berlin VFW 2017, 2019, and every year since.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the girl that runs that, Michelle K. Allman, she's just wonderful to work with. If anybody ever needs a place for like a wedding or a party or whatever, you know, they've got 2 halls there, and she's absolutely awesome to work with. And it's very reasonable. So if you need to rent a hall, they'll check that out.
The address is 17980, 179th and on Beloit Road, 17980 West Beloit Road in New Berlin. The VFW on the north side of the road. Look for the race cars. Look for Frank Smith to be there. He's here tonight. I'm sure Frank's going to be hanging out with a bunch of folks, and it's kind of cool to see that we'll see a bunch of people that we maybe haven't seen in a couple years or in 20 years or haven't seen them in a week.
You never know. And I do this every year now because we're losing too many people. We just lost the great Dick Dustin. Mm-hmm. You know, and he used to be a part of this show too. But, you know, I'll tell you, I've tried to find another track that does this. Lynn Smith, Frank's daughter, has a monthly lunch with the legends. And 50, 60 people, you know, associated with the racetrack at one time, get together, have lunch, a couple of drinks, It's just a great time. And they do that once a month, and I do this once a year, and I don't know any other track that's not running anymore that does anything like this.
1948 to 2003, the Hales Corner Speedway is now a Menard store in Franklin, Wisconsin. But you guys get a chance to hang out with a lot of people. So it's Sunday, September 15th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you want to get there with your race car or show off something, how early do you need to be there before 10 o'clock?
Well, if you're going to bring a race car, you should bring it between 8 and 9.
Okay.
Street cars can come anytime they want.
Classic cars.
Classics, hot rods, whatever.
Okay. All right.
They can come anytime when they want. The race cars, it's a little harder to park there, all the trucks and trailers and stuff, so they got to get there early. But anybody's welcome. And you never know who's going to show up. I talked to a few people, and they were kind of on the fence. I've been trying to get some guy there for the last couple of years. I'm not going to say who he is, but I always like the surprises.
So you're not going to tell us, and you don't even really know who's all going to be there, but you're just going to have a great time.
That's right.
It's a bunch of people you want to be around. They all raced when you raced. They all were part of it.
Just show up, do your thing, man. Come have some fun. It's
like
always a great time.
Yes.
And usually we got really good weather.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday, September 15th. Regardless of the weather, you're going to have a great time. A bunch of racers.
Oh, and another thing. I just found out tonight John Cajun's in the hospital.
Oh.
Now, normally I go to see him the week of. Remind him, give him a flyer or whatever. And he usually attends. But I don't know if he'll make this one.
Okay.
And I don't know what's wrong with him.
All right.
But I'll find out.
Yep. John was the owner of Hales Corner Speedway. Again, that's Sunday, September 15th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the VFW in New Berlin, 17980 West Beloit Road. You can find information online, I think on Facebook, right? You have a page?
Yeah, and thanks to Scott Krieger, he's really been promoting it on Facebook. I've been kind of lazy this year. I don't know what the deal is.
Hales Corner Speedway Reunion, or I'm a fan of Hales Corner Speedway, are the two places you can find it, I think, right, Scott? Am I getting the head down? Yep. Racing Wisconsin as well. Mike Weber's site with over 8,000 members. Racing Wisconsin, you can find it there as well. Guys, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for having him fill in the blanks, and thanks to you for being here for all you guys do to help this keep on going.
Thanks for having me.
How about I stand for Pat Haney, everybody? Hales Corners Reunion coming up. The Hales Corner Speedway Reunion is Sunday, September 15th. Put that in your calendar. Stop on by. If you want to go with your race car or your classic car, get there by 9 o'clock the latest, he said. So looking forward to seeing that information on our page as well. RacingRoundupShow.com is our website. We're coming right back with more. Bill Holland is going to join us here in a few moments as well. Lots more to cover in the world of racing on the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver, Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
At Automatic Transmission Design, we know your vehicle is important to you. When your transmission needs servicing, take it to the best. ATD in Germantown, Wisconsin. ATD understands how important it is to get your vehicle fixed right the first time. When you take your vehicle to ATD, our ASE trained technicians will run diagnostic tests to pinpoint the exact problem and answer any questions you may have before repairs begin. ATD has been providing high-quality, honest repairs to customers for over 15 years. We service all makes and models using the best parts and equipment available. When you come to ATD, you will get an honest assessment of the problem, simple explanations, experienced technicians, competitive pricing, high-quality parts, and their 100% guarantee. Money is not the goal at ATD. It is the result of fixing the problem and returning the vehicle to you. That is their goal. The next time your vehicle needs quality transmission service, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. We're wrapping up this Tuesday evening segment with a very cool segment with Bill Howland. I want to remind you, in 2 weeks' time, we're at the Cellar in Oak Creek, but next Tuesday, we're also on the road at a new joint called the Utica Bar in Cambridge. So join the racing crowd Tuesday, September 10th at Jason Schuler and Becky Schuler's new place called the Utica Bar. Hans Lean owned it, sold it to them. We're going out there with a bunch of racers, hanging out with a bunch of folks. This coming Tuesday, September 10th, we're at the Utica Bar in Cambridge. The address is 2167 Highway W in Cambridge. The address is also on our schedule page on our website, racingroundupshow.com. In 2 weeks' time, September 17th, we're in Oak Creek at the Cellar in Oak Creek for Oak Creek Automotive Night, another DeAngelo's Construction Roadshow with racers and friends of Bobby Gutneck joining the racing crowd. And we're going to have a lot of fun there, as we always do, at the Cellar in Oak Creek. Thanks to Bill and Shirley for hosting us. We'll be back there again on Tuesday, September 17th. And then the last two shows, September 24, October 1, right back here at Paulie's Pub and Eatery. Check our schedule page on racingroundupshow.com. We now get the chance to say hi to Bill again. And Bill, it's great to have you back on the show. And it's got to be a ball, covering a bunch of races, and then knowing the star power that showed up at State Park Speedway to crown a champion. Two NASCAR legends were there. That had to be awesome to get access to those guys.
It really was remarkable, and just a special day, a very emotional day, and you'll see in just a moment and hear from people who've spent a lot of their lives at State Park Speedway. But Dave Marcus and Mark Martin, they really helped make it a special day.
Those guys raced there. They had spent a lot of time talking to fans on race day, and you got a chance to sit down with them. I'm excited to see how this week's In the Groove turned out. Bill Howland goes in the groove with Mark Martin, Dave Marcus, and others in this week's edition. Let's see it now.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the groove at State Park Speedway, just outside of Wausau, Wisconsin, on a day that promises to be unlike any other at this quarter-mile oval. Earlier this season, the Wimmer family announced they're retiring as owners at the end of this season. This may very well be the last day of racing at State Park. But if this is the final checkered flag on racing here, after more than 60 years, this racetrack isn't going quietly. Instead, it's a celebration of life, a racing life. Longtime State Park promoter Phil Bickley celebrating 55 years in racing here.
I just wanted it to somehow show my appreciation back to everybody that has been so good to me, and I've just been so blessed.
It's a homecoming for longtime NASCAR driver Dave Marcus, whose first laps were turned right here.
You know, everybody worked hard and wanted to do it and had their heart and soul in it, and just it took a lot to come here and be competitive back in them days, and when we all kept getting better and better and better.
A special guest is NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin, who raced here more than 40 years ago.
Wisconsin race fans, Phil Bickley, the racetrack going away, you know, all those things put together. But first and foremost, the race fans. Wisconsin race fans are like no other.
Seven-time State Park Speedway champion Wayne Breitenfeld is here to race one last time.
My car is 26 years old. We're just here to drive around and have a good time today. We have no expectations of winning, but just to be present and again say thank you to everybody.
Third-generation driver Tucker Miller is here for the first time this season, and maybe the last time.
When I got here today, everything that I did here, it's like I know this is the last time I'll be doing this, you know, which is really sad. It really is.
Travis Volm is another third-generation racer. His family's been here since the track opened in the 50s.
Uncles and grandpa and brothers and cousins and we've all raced here, and big family. They all support us, show up, watch every Thursday night racing, and it's pretty special.
Each feature race is potentially the last for these drivers here, and they all know it. Oliver Weinkoff, whose father Jason and Uncle Chris started racing here in the 90s, wheels the 76 Bandolero to the feature win.
It was cool to win the last state park race here for the Bandoleros, and this trophy's huge. I think it's taller than me.
The four-cylinder mini stocks bring the most cars of any division at State Park Speedway. Over the second half of the season, Wausau's Nick Kurth has come on strong, winning here as well as at Marshfield and Golden Sands Speedway. Coming to the checkers, it's Nick Kurth in the 98, putting his name in the history book.
Just to outrun these guys is impressive to begin with. And we race together all year, so it feels good to go out with a bang and get the last win here,
In the modified four-cylinder class, Tim Anderson's come back from a 9-year layoff to win the track championship the past 2 seasons. He's not slowing down today, taking the checkers in the finale.
Maybe it'll be open again next year, we don't know, but so we'll be back. But to end it with the last 2 is sweet. To end it with the championship on Thursday and then come back and now, that's even better yet.
We've got a blast from the past in the Pure Stock feature. Tim Naraki, 10 years removed from his last championship here out front in the 2T car. Rock's racing days go back to the 90s in the old Bomber division. He'll wheel that car to the checkers, but fails post-race tech. Longtime State Park racer Jeff Spatz credited with the win.
1998, I ran my first race here on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, I can't remember. I probably got lapped like 3 times in that 20-lap race, so it's just a bittersweet day.
Coming to green in the super late models with Travis Walker in the 12 and 7-time champion Wayne Breitenfeld in the 14 on the front row. Travis Volm will take over the lead in the 76. Tucker Miller right behind in the 27. They get together in turn 3. Fluid on the racetrack blamed for the caution. Volm's led a lot of laps, but he's got 3-time State Park Speedway champ Justin Mondyke right on his back bumper. Mondyke really putting the heat on. And caution again. Walker in the turn 1 wall. We restart with 8 laps to go. All of these drivers hungry to win the last super late model feature at State Park Speedway. Mondyke with the lead. Volm not giving up, but it's the 44 out front. Time is running out on this one, and it's the 3-time track champion from Gleason, Wisconsin bringing it home. Justin Mondyke wins the super late model finale.
I think there's definitely more on the line today with, just the last race possibly ever. Hopefully it's not true, but it is what it is, right? So you just try to make the most of the moment, and that's what I felt like we did today.
Legend cars aren't just part of this program, they're the headliners. Phil Bickley's dream, a $5,500 to win Legend race, is a reality.
I was instrumental in getting Legends going in central Wisconsin, and it's always been dear to my heart. And so for some reason I just put it on my heart. This is what I wanted to do, and it turned out the way I had hoped it would. I would hope we would get 40 cars. We got 40 cars.
Marshfield's Elliott Weiler's the 2024 Legend Track Champion.
Exciting to have this many cars here in a big show like this. It's cool with cars from all over, a bunch of really, really good guys.
Rangeline's Carl Jeanette is another driver with history here.
I think it was 2013 I got my first ever feature win in a stock car, and it was here. So we'll see if we can end up having the last one tonight.
In the 715, former State Park Super Late Model champion Chris Weinkoff.
Just to be here for Phil, and they're saying it could be the last race here. Spent a lot of my life here on Thursday nights and Saturday specials like today, so glad to be a part of it.
Minnesota's Tristan Swanson is having a big year in super late models, but he's back in the Legend car tonight.
It's just cool that Legends are kind of getting a spotlight for once. These things are cool. They
they're small, but they're fast and a lot of fun to drive. So it's cool that they get to be a part of the main show.
For Wausau's Colton Goralski, a big opportunity.
Pretty exciting for me, doing it for Phil and the Torney family as well. And I've been working with Legend Cars all year this year as a crew chief, so it's a pretty special race for me.
Rose Borntrager out of Elroy, Wisconsin in the white 51, and Lakeland, Florida's Cameron White in the 38 bring the field to green for 55 laps. $5,500 on the line for the winner. Borntrager with the early lead. Quickly up to second, Ayrton Brockhouse in the 12 car. He's having a big year with a lot of feature wins. Currently the INEX Legends national point leader. Brockhouse takes the lead from Borntrager. Carl Jeanette in the 16 and Tristan Swanson in the 66 among the drivers looking to chase down the leader. Brockhouse, the Shakopee, Minnesota racer, pulling away from the field. He might be gone. Jackson Lewis in the 8, making the move to take over the second spot. It's a good battle behind the leader, but up front, Ayrton Brockhouse is running away with this one. Brockhouse takes the win and gives the State Park Speedway crowd a front stretch celebration to remember.
It just makes me happy, and it's all memories. And I mean, the donuts I did, that was in my dad's name because he used to do it all the time.
After the smoke clears, it's time for one last lap around State Park Speedway. NASCAR legends Dave Marcus and Mark Martin joining racers and fans on an emotional walk around the quarter mile. Meanwhile, Scott Wimmer addressed the future of the speedway his family's owned for the past 15 years.
The place has been here a long time, and a lot of the infrastructure is falling apart. And, if somebody wants to keep it going as a racetrack, they're going to have to put a lot of money and time into it. I'd be willing to help them out with that, but ultimately, we've got to find the right owner for this property to see what they want to do with it.
If this truly is the last day of racing at State Park Speedway, there's a lot one could say, but maybe the most important would be thanks. Thanks for the memories. Thanks to everyone who's been a part of this track's history. I'm Bill Holland. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Yeah, I'd say it's worth a round of applause. Thank you, Bill. 45 years of coverage there. 1980 is when you first started going there. That's a lot of memories to pack into one big night. Thanks for that great report.
Well, I wasn't covering the track in 1980.
What were you doing?
I was going there as a fan.
Oh, okay. You've been going there that long, but not covering. Okay.
I've covered my first race in, I believe, 1994 at State Park Speedway. Still, 30 years is a long time, a lot of memories, a lot of friends.
Yep. Looking forward to see what you got cooking for us next week. How about a big hand for Bill Holland, everybody? Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. He's got a lot of things going on. He was at the Dells Raceway Park for the Jim Sauter Classic. He's got many things to cover before we wrap up our 40th season of the Racing Roundup Show. We're going to wrap up tonight's show by saying thank you for watching. Thank you for watching and listening and hanging out with us here and viewing it at your leisure on demand on RacingRoundupShow.com. I want to thank our great guests tonight. I want to thank Buddy Kofoid for joining us on the program. I want to thank Sam Mayer. They were on with video coverage with us. I also want to thank Schlafer Racing, Danny, Cody, and Casey Schlafer. Thanks for bringing the car down and being here. Thank you to Jamie Zeider as well for being here and supporting his and representing his sponsor on his dirt late model, the American Foundation Specialist number Z9. We have great giveaways after the program tonight. I'll remind you one more time, Pat Haney, September 15th. It's a Sunday. That is the Hales Corner Speedway reunion we just heard about. So from 10 to 6 at the VFW Post in New Berlin. Until next Tuesday, set your DVRs, support your local racing, and have at it, racers. We'll see you then.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember to tell your friends and watch our 30-minute TV show on Milwaukee's CW18 this Saturday morning at 11:30. Like our show on Facebook, follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Join the racing crowd at our live show and win prizes. For our latest show schedule and to watch all of our shows on demand, visit our website, RacingRoundupShow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of our entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.